Ready? 3, 2, 1, start. Prime Minister Imran Khan has issued a warning that he would be more dangerous on the streets than he is in government. Full stop. He delivered these meaningful remarks during a live session with callers while answering their queries. Full stop. However, this particular remark was not in response to any specific question and was a part of his diatribe against the opposition. Full stop. New paragraph. In the lengthy session, Mr. Khan defended his government's performance and tried to argue that the economic situation was rather favorable and not as dire as was being painted by the opposition and the media. Full stop. He devoted considerable time to lambasting the opposition with special focus on the Sharifs and emphasized repeatedly that pursuing them was a jihad. Full stop. However, at the end of the session, he volunteered this opinion about being a greater danger on the streets, which many have construed as a threat. Full stop. New paragraph. It is fairly obvious that the Prime Minister is cognizant of the trouble that his government is in from a political and economic perspective. Full stop. His remark was surely an implicit acknowledgement that the PTI could find itself out of power. Full stop. It was a signal, perhaps a message, that he was ready for his role in the opposition. Full stop. It almost sounded like he was relishing the possibility of being liberated from the shackles of power so that he could flex his muscles on the streets and atop the container. Full stop. If that is indeed the case, then one can also see how some key themes in his discourse could form the basic ingredients of the narrative that the PTI may adopt if it finds itself out of power and on the campaign trail. Full stop. New paragraph. The first ingredient was the obsessive focus on the opposition. Full stop. Mr. Khan is now returning to his favorite theme and will increasingly harp on it in the coming days. Full stop. The PTI is thus expected to respond to criticism of its performance by saying that the system is at fault, and in such a system these mafias remain outside the reach of the law. Full stop. Islamabad is once again in the grip of rumors. Full stop. The latest issue finding traction revolves around a mysterious campaign that appears to be pushing for a presidential system and even the imposition of an emergency in the country. Full stop. Such rumors are best ignored, but that is hard to do when Parliament sits up and takes notice. Full stop. New paragraph. The opposition has found the matter serious enough to submit a resolution in the National Assembly expressing the resolve to strengthen the parliamentary form of government as provided in the 1973 Constitution. Full stop. When the government imposed through rigged elections has ruined the country, then whisperings of imposition of an Indira Gandhi-like emergency and change in the system through various formulas are being heard. Tweeted PMLN MNA Ehsan Iqbal. Full stop. The opposition has also pointed a finger at the PTI government, accusing it of being behind this whispering campaign. Full stop. New paragraph. Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry has however denied this and said such talk is nothing but fake news that the media has picked up from non-verified social media sources, full stop. This is unfortunately not the first time that such rumors have germinated in our political landscape that is clearly quite fertile for their growth, full stop. Talk of a presidential system recurs at fairly regular intervals and is supported by the usual suspects who blame parliamentary democracy and not the malintent and incompetence of those running it for failures of governance, full stop. New paragraph. However, most of them suffer from selective memory and conveniently forget that the country has experimented with a presidential system a number of times and with disastrous results, full stop. Those arguing for such a centralized system have so far not been able to build a persuasive case about how this system would resolve the failure of governance, full stop. In any case, if the people of Pakistan prefer a presidential form of government on the lines of the United States or France, then there is a constitutional way of making this change, full stop. By a two-thirds majority, Parliament can make a constitutional amendment and change the parliamentary form into a presidential form of government, full stop. There is no other legal way of doing this, full stop.